Mission accomplished.
Hey guys, this is DOS Waffles, and that was just a funny little moment from my endeavors with my RU-251. Thought I'd share that with you. Anyways, today I have a gameplay review of the Tier 10 American heavy tank, the T110E5, and this is a review that's been a long time coming. I got the tank about a month ago, and I've been wanting to review it, but I've been procrastinating a little bit, so here it is. Sorry for the wait. Starting out here, we have an 875 horsepower engine. It gets a 120mm gun. This is the same 120 from the fully upgraded Tier 9 M103. 6 rounds per minute. It gets 256, 340, and 60mm of penetration with its standard, premium, and high explosive shells respectively. 400 alpha damage on the 2 penetrating ammunition types, and 515 alpha damage on the HE shells. It gets a 2-second aim time and 0.34 accuracy, so it's got a really nice gun. Anyways, moving on to the turret armor, you have 203, 127, and 70mm of front, side, and rear turret armor respectively, and 32 degrees turret traverse, 400-meter view range, and a track traverse of 30 degrees if I didn't state that already. And it gets a 745-meter signal range. It gets 2200 hit points, so you're kind of down there with the AMX-50B in terms of your HP pool. That's a little bit of a con. It gets a 37 kilometers per hour top speed limit, and I usually don't mention this, and I need to start doing so, but it gets a camouflage factor of low, so you're not going to be hiding very well with this thing, and you shouldn't be, because this tank is a brawler. However, there's a catch to that, and I'm going to use a bit of a comparison with this. The T110E5 is like the skinny strong man, the ripped strong man, so to speak. While he is strong, he is not necessarily large enough to push things around. Just like with the E5, while it is a very strong tank, it is not that large. It's quite small compared to its other Tier 10 heavy counterparts. It's not going to be shoving shit like an E100 or a IS-7 or those bigger heavies. But nonetheless, it's a good brawler. Can get up there, dish out the damage right up there at the front lines. Excuse me. I don't stay here for long, but this is a good little position to take up when you're on this side of Arctic region. This is on the side of the map where you have the ditches and the little mountains. And or I guess to put it in better terms, this is the southwestern spawn. If you're looking at that little mini map I have in the bottom right. So this 48 Patton over here gets pretty ballsy. Unfortunately for him, he didn't really have anybody to protect him, and you'll see that in a few minutes here. So yeah, even though I had the tank for almost a month, I haven't necessarily played too many games with it, but I have played it enough. And even before I owned it, I've played with it on a friend's account, and I really do enjoy this tank. It's pretty fun. And once again, I do apologize for not reviewing this thing sooner. But I guess it is better that I got to play some games with it, so I could give you, I guess, better tips. Because I can't really review the thing if I don't have a lot of experience with it. It wouldn't be logical to review it without any expertise or information on it. Sure, I could give you statistical information, but I can't give you, like, techniques or methods of using it and things like that. And speaking of which, I did get a new tier 10, and those of you who watch my videos have probably seen it, but I had a couple gameplays put up of the FE4005 Stage 2, the alternate tier 10 British TD. I finally got that a couple weeks ago, and I've been playing with it, and that'll be the next tier 10 that I review, so be looking out for a video on that. So as you can see, this Patton didn't really have much to help him. He had an E100 and that was about it, and there's more of us compared to them. But the 183 puts a fucking fantastic shot into my medium tank buddy, or my teammate. He's not my buddy, I don't know who that is. Anyways, I use him for cover though, because that E4 tried taking a pot shot at me. Yeah, those Hesh rounds, man, those are dastardly. I've been using them on the 4005. Not too much though, because if I don't have premium, so if I just shoot nothing but Hesh with that 4005, I'm going to be hemorrhaging credits, so I try to stick to the AP rounds. I only carry about like 2 or 3 Hesh in that thing. So yeah, as you can see, we've all lost 2 people. We didn't really lose that many people this game. Our team played it fairly smart. And yeah, we definitely stuck it to them, I'll tell you that. I don't know what happened here, but I kept bouncing the E4's commander's hatch all of a sudden, but E50M took him out, it's not a big deal. And Chinese tier 10 medium over there, the 121. I also had that tier 10 at one point. Those of you who've been with the channel for quite some time now, you've probably seen many gameplays of a lot of different tier 10s that I've posted, and you're probably wondering, gee, Das Waffles, why don't you review those? And to answer your question, over the past, I'd say, year or so, I've made a lot of ignorant financial decisions on tanks and have wound up selling most of my 10s. However, I've sort of, actually I'm not going to say sort of, I have gotten on track with buying them back. Started off with, I know the audio just transitioned weird right there, but ignore that. So yeah, I bought back the Patton first, then I bought the T110E5 back. Or not back, but I bought it after researching it, and then I bought the E3 back. And speaking of the E3, if those of you who watch my videos, if you haven't seen that one already and you're interested in learning about that tank, I did a review of the T110E3. It's in the, I made a playlist of for the tanks that I review, so I guess for reference purposes, if you want to go back and reference those. And then after the E3, of course, I researched and bought the FE4005, which, as I said before, that'll be the next tier 10 that I review. So yeah, back to the battle. I'm on Airfield-War, and I'm making my shot over here. Not making my shot, but I'm making my way over to the focal point here beside the airfield. This is a good spot for heavy tanks to be. because you got all the nice chunks of cover, and pretty much anything that tries to get through is gonna have to come through this little spot. I do get a little bit too aggressive here, and I wind up losing about half my hit points. But no biggie. Waffenträger takes a nice little shot right through my Glacis. Glacis is not necessarily one of the strong points of this tank. Your Glacis will occasionally bounce heavies and mediums. TDs are almost guaranteed gonna go through that. Upper plate though, fantastic upper plate. But if you want to help minimize the weakness of your Glacis when you're like coming around corners, or even when you're fighting someone, if you can tilt ever so slightly, not too much where they can pen your drive wheel, because side armor not that great for angling. Not like German heavies, for example, they're great at angling. The only other weakness of the tank is really the giant bulbous excuse of a cupola on the top of the left-hand side of the turret. And speaking of armor, I forgot to mention this earlier in the statistics, but I didn't tell you all the hull armor. The hull armor statistics, I'm sorry about that. I'll go ahead and tell you now. Better late than never. Stupid little M41 Bulldog charges, not sure what he was trying to do there. Anyways, it gets 246? My mistake. I'm sorry about that. It gets 254 millimeters of front armor. And it gets 76 millimeters on the sides and 38 on the rear. So that puts it into perspective for you as to why this thing is not good at angling. That's why you don't want to angle too much with this thing, because high caliber shit is gonna go straight through if you over angle. It is easy to over angle in this and other ones like the 48 Patton or other tier 10 American tanks. And the 57 Heavy, that's also another tank that's easy to over angle in. The E3, that's a bit different. And then of course the E4, it's a little easy to over angle with that thing. Anyways, back to the whole issue with this thing's cupola. A good technique is to do what I was just doing while I was fighting these heavies, and that's when possible, and if you can, when you're coming around a corner, to try and hide your hatch on the corner that you're peeking. This way it minimizes the weak points that they could shoot, and it keeps you from taking more hits. And anyways though, video's about to come to an end here. This is a fantastic tier 10. I recommend getting it. It's a fun tank. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for more reviews in the future, and have a good day.